Is it entertainment to y'all? Like, what do y'all want to see more from us? Do you agree, disagree, et cetera, et cetera? Just go ahead and drop it. I mean, anything you do helps trigger the YouTube algorithm so that, so we stay in the feed so we can keep reaching more people and we can continue to do what we doing. You know what I mean? So now that that's out the way, welcome back.
We back.
How y'all feeling?
Great.
Oh, we good. We lovely. We ain't never shaking.
We ain't never shaking.
We ain't running either.
Feeling refreshed, Been some good NBA playoff action, and it's refreshing to see. So
I think all the series is 3-2. That's crazy.
Yeah. Real competitive.
The parody, man. This has been like this is one of the best playoffs in a long time. Like, you don't have just a outright favorite where you just know that the one team is going to win it. You know what I mean? It's up in the air. We trying to figure it out. It's really entertaining because you don't know. You know, right. you got your own invested interest in who you rooting for, but you don't know. You know what I'm saying? You never know what you're walking into. I mean, we done seen 8s upset to 1, 2 seed upset to 7. It's the first time that the play-in is showing that it's not a fluke. The play-in, anybody can take this L. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's a best of 7 series, so the best team is gonna come out. You know what I mean? Miami didn't upset the Bucks. You know, the Lakers didn't upset Memphis. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's really, really exciting. You know, we got to keep throwing that back in there.
Golden State too. Golden State.
Oh yeah. Golden State didn't. You know what I'm saying?
Got the Kings up out of there. So.
They
were a lower seed, man.
I'm hating.
But I'm not surprised by any of it. You know what I'm saying? Because all of those teams are great teams, and you know what I mean. Like, it's crazy. You know, it just depends on what's going on in the season. Like, a team could have injuries, or you can get some trades going like the Lakers did. And I mean, the Lakers was sitting at 13th. They was the third worst team in the West.
Started
off
real bad.
Third worst team in the West.
Started off,
and a lot of y'all had a lot to say. Where are you at now?
I can't find them.
That's how they operate on the internet, man. When it's time to talk, they talk. When
they throw rocks and hide their hand, you know what I'm saying? So you just really can't feed the trolls, all right? So you do that, you practice that. I mean, they still gonna talk, but you won't be bothered on the inside.
Yeah. So it's been exciting. Exciting to see. We could really start anywhere. Normally we start with the Lakers, but we're gonna make sure we don't do that today. You know, the Lakers took a L in Game 5 that we pretty much expected.
Is this us starting with the Lakers still?
I'm talking about it, but we're not starting here. We're not starting here. I promise you, we are not going to do that. So round of applause for us not starting with the Lakers off top.
Or LeBron.
Or LeBron. We're going to try our best to not be Bron Vengers, you know what I'm saying, and the A block of this podcast. But, we got, let's talk about the Celtics and the 76ers, man. Matt, what's going on with that series?
Well, right now, they're playing currently. Boston is up. They're playing in Philly. And they're showing that they're, like, really championship level teams, in my opinion. James Harden has been looking like the James Harden of old. I think Lil Baby was at a game that might have gave him a little boost. You know what I'm saying?
Lil Baby was at the game.
But Philly upset them in Boston, and they're just going back and forth, and it looked like it's going to 7. So I picked the 76ers. I think it's fitting.
Me too.
Yeah, I think it's fitting that the MVP, make it all the way there.
Yeah.
And that's just what I would like to see. But Tatum, he's been kind of iffy.
Few bad games, bro.
Yeah, few bad games, and I ain't really liking what I'm seeing from him. But Jaylen Brown has been playing good, and it looked like he's due for a bag real soon.
Is his contract up? Is his contract here for him?
I think so, because he made the All-NBA, so they got to pay him.
So I don't know.
Ja ain't make it, though, so.
They said he missed out on $40 million because of that.
He getting money in the streets, man. He don't need that.
You know what I'm saying? He a thug out here. He running the streets. But man, okay. So we got a couple of different ways we can go with this conversation. Ja, that's all right. Real quick, we gonna get back to the Celtics, but in terms of Ja missing out on that bread because he didn't make the All NBA. Threshold that he needed to hit. Do you think that was intentional with the league?
I do. I firmly believe they was trying to send a message to Ja. Hey, look, you're not gonna come in the league trying to play gangster and think we about to give you this bag. You know, you definitely gotta get in line and go with the program. You know what I'm saying?
Ja,
chill out, man. We done told you. See, you done missed out on the bag.
Ja, man, chill, dog. My fault.
You know what was funny? It was like a recent video where he was like at the club again, just like back
I'm
with
not
the
mad
energy.
at that.
I mean,
the season over.
The season over.
I'm not
23,
mad.
but you know optics like.
True.
Doing that right after, like you gotta chill. Like you gotta have some type of, you know, awareness to be like, all right, I should lay low, chill. Like I just went on live television with Jalen Rose and said I don't condone, you know, such and such. And yeah, you young, live your life, but everything don't need to be recorded. You know what I'm saying? Have fun, do some things in the privacy of your own home, and like. Stop messing up the bag, bro. Because that's what he's doing. I feel like, I don't know, his circle needs to be a little bit better. But I don't know.
That young boy drop. What you expect?
That Durkio drop too.
Yeah, every time I see, yeah. So I definitely think that's it wasn't a coincidence that he didn't hit that threshold, because I mean he's a fan favorite. He's really beloved. He reminds me of Iverson, like in his prime, when like back in that day when Iverson, back in like from '96 to 2001, when Iverson like took over and he was like crossed over Jordan.
And we're saying remind. We're not saying he's as good as Allen Iverson, because I know how y'all like to run with takes and put words in our mouth.
Yeah,
back to what you were saying.
Yeah, it reminds me of the feeling that he had, that we had when Iverson was like beloved, when Iverson came with the tattoo. Like Iverson, literally, everybody that's in the NBA that's tatted up is Iverson's sons at this point.
Bro,
like,
he got his hair braided on the sideline. I love that picture, bro. Like that's like that embodies Allen Iverson. Like his mama braided his hair.
Like excellence.
Round of applause for Allen Iverson, man.
Shout out AI.
Shout out AI, man. One of the greatest of all time. When he crossed over Jordan.
Oh my God! Don't get me started on that. That's a lovely moment.
That was before the braids, Iverson. That was when he had the little crew cut. He just first started growing it out a little bit.
Baby Ivo.
And then
Rock Jordan, though, man.
Jordan rocked him out his days.
Yeah, Jordan said, "Oh, got that."
Nigga was recent. Ball ain't right there.
Jordan had never seen it like that. But yeah, so but back to Ja. Like Ja had that feeling, especially because he just represented Memphis so well, a little bit too well now, because he what I'm saying? Just a little bit Ja, man. Chill, dog. Chill. Not too much on Ja, though. Not too much on Ja.
Hey,
but I definitely think it wasn't a coincidence that he didn't hit that threshold. He missed out on several millions. He didn't lost sponsorships. And I mean, he's getting so much bread now that he gonna eventually become a billionaire. Like, it's just gonna happen. They're getting too much bread now. I think that's part of the problem, because players are so young and they just coming into so much money, and like it ain't nothing you can tell them. Like, what y'all dad gonna say to him? He's like, bro, I'm paying your bills, fam. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't say nothing to me. Like,
It's a parade inside my city.
And I'm not mad at y'all, because if I got that money, hey, I'm probably doing the same. I'm probably at the strip club, whatever. Maybe not guns and shit, but I mean, I'm turning up. But nah, I'm just wondering how he wasn't good enough to even make one of the teams, man.
At least the third team.
And that's where you get to, they're trying to send a message, because like clearly he was good enough.
Yeah, I mean, come on, dog. Because he made all NBA before, right?
I believe so.
And he was just as good, if not better. Like I don't know. I think he might have had a slight drop off.
But his team was second in the West, and
they were second in the West.
Conference.
They were second in the West, and he was the best player on the team. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's definitely not a coincidence. But
might be a little subtle racism in there. Discrimination
about
against thugs.
I think they're just trying to. Well, it could be. It definitely could be. I mean, I think he kind of deserved it. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was really wilding. I mean, it was several reports that was coming out weeks at a time, week after week after week.
Yeah.
And he just felt like he was still just doing crazy stuff, bro. Like, what? No, bro, chill.
I'm just confused on the criteria then, because, like, is it what you do off the court or on, or is it like if you were disruptive in the locker room, you don't get to, you know what I'm saying? Nah, it wasn't racism. It's obviously other black people on there, but when you like so black and such a just a nigga, like it's different between being black and a nigga. Like he's out there just being a nigga.
He was on some nigga shit, bro.
Yeah,
1,000%.
I feel like that, like, man, we can't just reward that, you know.
Yeah,
they want somebody with a cleaner image. Basically.
You can't.
So.
You can't. You know what I'm saying? And so the sponsors is gonna want to shy away from that. Like, now that I'm older and I kind of understand, like, you kind of got to follow the money. Like, all businesses are. They gonna go with what the share interest holders is going what they want. So JA Morant was like beloved, you know what I'm saying, initially, but now it's like I don't know. I wouldn't touch him with a 10-foot pole. His money is guaranteed, so you can't back off of that. But that extra guarantee money, with the extra, give me that $40 million, fam. You're not getting that under no circumstances.
Bring his ass to Detroit, he'll fit right in. I love John Detroit,
and bring your baby Glock too. But how about those Celtics, man? Did y'all forget about them?
We did. We went off on a tangent.
We totally forgot about them, but I didn't pick them to win the series, so I don't really got much to say about them.
I did, and I'm kind of disappointed. Tatum, you stunk it up a couple times. Tatum,
here we go.
You dunked on LeBron. Not many niggas can just say that. It's only about one or two, maybe three, if you count a little side, maybe off a tip. You dunked on LeBron full on, basically in his prime. You're him. You're like that, but what you're putting up against an injured Joel Embiid and damn near a washed James Harden, I'm not really satisfied with that. I'm not satisfied with the effort. You need to get Jaylen Brown more involved, and y'all need to either stand up to Marcus Smart or I don't know. But what y'all doing right now, I'm not really happy with. Y'all shouldn't be down 3-2. Y'all shouldn't have lost to Philly without Embiid. And dude is supposed to be out for 4 to 6 weeks, and he's still giving y'all 30, 40. So,
yeah.
I mean, y'all supposed to be a good defensive team. Like, I know Al Horford can't just hold Embiid, but damn, you got Tatum and Jaylen Brown. And to me, centers has been winning the MVP, but I feel like perimeter players, wing players are the most impactful players on the court. You can play defense, you can shoot, drive, pass, you can do all that. And y'all have two of the best perimeter players in the league. So I just feel like y'all should make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. You made it to the finals last year. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not impressed. I picked y'all, but I'm kind of shying away.
They've gotten to the Eastern Conference Finals like every year. It remind me of like the Pistons in the mid 2000s, like when the Pistons kept going. You know what I'm saying? And they won the one championship.
They did make it really young against Brian. That's when he got that dunk.
Yeah. And they was without Kyrie. You know what I'm saying? Then when Kyrie came back, they wasn't as good, but they still went far. And it was just like, oh, they coming. They gonna be. Oh, they going. And now it's like. Last year was really their opportunity to shine. Like, it was wide open. Like, and the Warriors fell into another championship because they kind of blew it, and you just knew that this should be their year. But they, maybe they got off to a wrong start. I mean, what do you think it is?
I think it's coaching.
I was gonna go there
because the guy that they got now, he kind of just is thrusted into a situation. We know what happened to the last head coach. We ain't got to really revisit that. I mean,
head coach.
Man, come on. I don't like how they handled that situation. That's weird.
But now he in Houston. Now
now he can get what he wants.
He in the right spot. You know what I'm saying? But dude was just the head coach now was thrown into the situation. I'm not really sure if he got the respect from the players. I don't really know his coaching style. I mean, you can make it to the playoffs just off sheer talent, but the head coach is the one who really comes up with the schemes, galvanizes the troops and all that good stuff. So it could just come down to coaching and then personnel too. Like you in the Eastern Conference, and Embiid is a top dog. Why do you have Al Horford starting? Like, what is he gonna do?
I don't know.
It's like he's good off the bench, but you need to go get a center.
at least somebody that can at least go out there and foul and be.
That's what I'm saying. Like
they got Robert Williams over there.
Oh, they do.
They do. I mean, but
his ass 6'5", bro.
No, Robert Williams, not Grant. Robert
Williams, but don't he
6'7",
stay hurt?
bro.
I don't ever see him in a game.
He
really
do stay
like
hurt.
that. He stay hurt.
He was on my fantasy team.
oh, so you know.
Yeah. That's real pain right there.
I do think that it's coaching. I was gonna get at that. Like, how do y'all feel? Like, do you really think that this coach deserves the position? Because that's a huge position. Like, this was a great team. It had a great nucleus. They kept it together. They should have. There's no reason why they shouldn't win multiple championships with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. You know what I mean? Like, they need a better point guard, in my opinion, but they could win.
They
with
have
this core.
that on the team, though. They got Brogdon.
And they got Derek White. Derek White not trash, bro. The combination of them two will give you production of a starting point guard. I feel like Malcolm Brogdon alone will give you a starting,
He's
like,
really good
/ 6-man type point guard. I feel like all you need is a floor general like a Chris Paul, you know, not someone that's going to go out there and try to get 20, you know, somebody that's going to get some assists by 6, 7, 8. Get that 10 and just spread the ball. But I feel like Marcus Smart is a shooting guard. You make threes, you play defense, man. I feel like you're a wing, and I think you shouldn't be playing point. But if they want to start him, that's on them.
They got the pieces there. That's what I was. He been having green hair for about.
I don't like that. I don't think that makes you play better. But
I think the last coach, Udoka, he kind of provided that defensive mentality, and that's kind of gone away since he's been gone.
Yeah,
I don't think it was much of an emphasis on it, you know, this year as opposed to last year, as we saw, because you know they still got pretty much the same pieces. Offensively, I think they're about the same, you know, but they just not showing up as intense on the defensive side.
Yeah,
I feel like there was, you know.
Yeah, I feel like the roster the same too. For them to, you know, have a drop off in production, it got to be someone on the coaching, and I think they have good coaching, but I just don't think it's as good as what it once was.
I've heard, like, I think you hit it on the head right there. Like, I feel like I heard something. Who was that? JJ Redick. He was talking about. I don't know. Was it JJ? It might have been JJ. I must just say it was JJ. Whatever, because that's neither here nor there. And he was talking about what happened in the game, and he was like, "We got outmathed." What's the Celtics coach name?
Joe Mazzulla.
He was like, yeah, we got outmathed tonight, and he was pretty much talking about like how the game is pretty much like an algorithm. Like it's all about the numbers. It's about this, that, and the third. So I think in theory, I think that he's going to be a good coach. I just think that it's a little bit too. The moment's a little too big, and I don't think that I think he got a little too far away from what made the Celtics peak. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And he's just not quite ready for that.
I know part of coaching is analytics, but it's also like I don't know, talent. Like you gotta kind of know who to put on the floor and make adjustments to what's happening on the other side. You can't just say, "Oh, we got outmathed," because the numbers of what they did is like adjust. Like that's why you're a coach. I don't think that's a valid excuse in my opinion, because I be seeing some stuff that you should make in-game adjustments. You don't just sit like, oh, I'm going to just keep playing Marcus Smart. I'm using him for example, not beating up on him. Yeah. And he's giving you bad math, for example, and you're just keeping him in. Don't just say, oh, it's bad math. We'll adjust next game. Like, no, make an adjustment now.
Well, in fairness, this was something that was said during the regular season.
Okay.
This wasn't like a playoff.
Because that's
if he came in the playoff saying that, it'd be like, fam, get this.
It's just like, come on, like numbers.
Let me coach.
Numbers only tell half of the story. That's what I'm trying to say. Other things are talent. Is how they feeling that day. Like some people might. You know, it might have the flu.
You got to know how to get your players up and ready. Yeah. When you a leader, like that's just part of leading. Where you at a job, you in the office, you got to get your employees ready to work and get them motivated and excited. Yeah. And I don't know if he's doing that enough, because to me the talent's there. Derek White, Al Horford can space the floor, shoot threes. He a good team defender. You got Malcolm Brogdon, 40, 50, 90. Jason Tatum, one of the best young stars. Jaylen Brown, another one of the best young stars. People saying he deserves his own team. That's 5 good players right there. Yeah. You got Robert Williams, a good defensive anchor. So, I mean, I feel like you have pieces. Like
you do, but again, to shoot him some bail, he was thrown into the situation, and the Celtics had to scramble and find a coach, and they probably didn't want to reach out and get somebody that was in the market or whatever, and they just wanted to get somebody that was homegrown, you know, on the inside and just, you know, because he's already been there. They figure, oh, well, he knows everything. So but again,
take me and throw Tatum and Brown, man. Like some of the coaches get like messed over. Like,
well, in fairness, they did have a good season.
they did.
They are at least in the second round.
True.
You know what I mean? They haven't lost yet.
They shown so many flaws though. Shown so many holes as far as losing games that we know they shouldn't.
Yeah.
That's
like,
what I'm
like
saying.
when he was saying, you know, the one without Embiid, there's no way you're losing that. And they was at home too, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just
that's
that's
crazy.
just, don't do that in the playoffs, you know. But
MVP.
Win. Yeah, we got the victory. Bringing the symphony. Playing some tunes, cause when you lose, we got the victory. We got the victory. Victory. Ain't taking no losses, straight up we bosses. We got the victory. Yeah, victory.